reflect on some of my key achievements, sometimes I lacked the necessary knowledge, sometimes I lacked the necessary skills, but I always had passion and ambition. My guest today has loads of both, something we have in common. Some of you know him as the real estate agent who sold the most expensive villa in Dubai. He's a friend of mine, Conor McKay. Thank you very much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
First question, do you get annoyed when people say McKay instead of McKay?
Yes and no. At the start I used to, because obviously everyone wants their name to be pronounced correctly. It just happens that much now, so I'm just like, yeah, okay.
I'll go with it.
I just go with it.
It's like when people say John instead of Nathan. But the worst is when I get into a taxi and I'm like, you're here for Nathan? You know, the registration matches up to the app. And like, no. I'm like, you sure? And it's like, Nathan. I'm like, yeah, okay, Nathan. For this journey, I'll change my name to Nathan.
It is what it is. What can you do? What can you do?
Well, look, congratulations. Massive milestone achieved. Really proud of you. So, I mean, everyone knows you as selling the most expensive villa. $72.1 million, I believe.
$72.6 million.
Okay.
280 million dirham, which is obviously a lot
of zeros.
A lot of zeros.
Has that been your proudest achievement?
Yeah, I think so. 100%. I mean, to obviously hold the record for selling the most expensive residential property in history of UAE is obviously something to be very proud of. But yeah, I would say it's the biggest milestone I've reached so far in my career.
Now, can you take us back to the beginning? Everyone sees where you are now, right? All the estate agents who are flying out here want to try and make it in Dubai. They're looking at you like an idol, I guess. What do most people not know? How did it begin?
I think people don't realize that, a lot of people seem to think that I came here with a lot of money and I was already well off. That wasn't the case. I slept in a maid's room for the best part of 6 months in JBR, struggling to pay sometimes 3,000 dirham for a month's rent. So yeah, obviously it was tough. It was hard work. I was coming to a different country, different culture, and I came myself. So I didn't have any, I didn't come with a friend, any family or anything like that supporting me here. I had to do it all myself. And there was obviously a few times where, I did doubt myself, not massively, but I had just maybe a little bit doubt. Okay, well, maybe it doesn't work out. Do I have to go back? And then thinking, no, that's definitely not an option. I've got to make it work.
What kept you going in those dark times?
I think what kept me going is my self-belief. I'm a big believer in, if you genuinely think you can do it, you will do it. I'm a big believer in that. And we're watching a lot of motivational videos on YouTube about, obviously having the belief, because if you don't believe in it, first of all, it's never going to happen. So I think my self-belief probably got me there.
Key factor.
Yeah, I would say so. Key factor. Yeah.
So what keeps you going now? You've hit that milestone. What makes you wake up every day and still go out there to pitch for business?
Well, number one, I love what I do.
Okay.
That's the set in stone. I love what I do, so it's not okay. It is working. It's not what I do things, meet people, etc. But I love what I do, so that's the most important. Number two is that you're only as good as your last deal. So if not, I need to try beat it. And I think, in general, I'm a hustler. I love hustling. I need to be where the action is. So I'm not the type of person who will just sit down, sit back, and live off this the rest of my life. Nah, that's over and done with now. It's time to move on and see what else is in store. So yeah, I'm a hustler, so
keeps me going.
Keeps me going.
I like that. Okay, so where did that love and passion for real estate begin? Did you have Legos when you was a child? You used to build houses, or what? Where did it come from?
No, I did have Lego, but I didn't build houses. I probably built cars, to be honest. No, look, it came from a reality TV program called $1 Million listed in Los Angeles and $1 Million listed in New York. And, I had started watching that when I was selling cars back home in Ireland, and it was rainy. I remember it being a very rainy day, hailstones hitting off my ears. And found this TV program on the TV, and I really liked it, and I liked one of the characters who was in it, just the way that he carried himself. He was a bit cocky, but he had, you know, a story where he came from nothing and he was doing this, and I was thinking, look, that's amazing. First and foremost, how amazing would it be to just see the outside of these houses, never mind walk in through them and show people it. And obviously, of course, the big thing comes up, their commission comes up when they sell these type of properties, and it's like, wow, you sell that, you make that much, how is that possible? And then I just got addicted to it. I just watched it season after season, and I just said, look, if they can do it, I can do it. And that was it. So that's where I found my passion for it.
No, I love that. I used to watch Place in the Sun. It's nothing about any particular career, but I just love the idea of living in a country.
Yeah, this is the exact same as me too. Funny enough, I remember I used to watch Police in the Sun with my mum years ago and thinking, oh, how amazing would it be to move to Spain or to live in Spain. Now we're in Dubai. It's crazy, isn't it?
I didn't even know what Dubai was at the time. So a lot of people look at Dubai and think everything's easy, sun shining, there's money everywhere. Is it that easy?
No, nothing in life comes easy. You know, you ask the most wealthiest people in the world, the most successful people in the world, and the number one rule that they say is it's hard work. There's a lot of hard work. Honestly, you have to be very resilient. You have to be, you've got to have a tough head and a tough face when dealing with people out here in general and just the way that things are done. Because there is a lot of people who, you know, will happily throw you under the mat if they can.
Okay.
And that's happened many times before when, you know, I've been involved in deals and I've got, you know, done dirty on them and whatnot. It is a bit of the Wild West out here. And you just got to fight for it, you got to stay in it and work hard. It's just hard work. Everything's hard work. And of course, the harder you work, the more successful you come, the easier it then does get, because you're in a position where people are coming to you for business and you don't actually have to necessarily go look for that business. And that's the position you want to be in, because that's when you're most powerful as a real estate broker or at any job that you do in general, when the business is coming to you, because then you decide.
Okay, that's good. So what's next? People are probably looking, thinking what you got up your sleeve.
Yeah, there's a few things happening. They might be I can't say too much, but something might be happening. And yeah, it's exciting. I'm very happy with where I'm at the moment. Of course, there is goals and aspirations to go on to, you know, bigger and different things. It will still obviously be real estate because that's what I love to do. That's where my passion's at. But something might be happening in the near future where it will, you know, definitely expand things into different places.
Okay. I look forward to watching that. I'm sure everyone else does as well. Last question. I know you're dog daddy. I don't know if that's the term. You're dog daddy. I want to know, who's your favourite, peanut or pistachio or pudding?
Can't pick a favourite. Obviously, my firstborn's peanut, second one's pistachio, and then they had 4 little puppies, which we decided to keep on. They're all my favourite.
All your favourite. Okay, good answer. I'm sure they're watching this thinking, okay, good answer.
No, they're all my favourite. Obviously, Peanut, she was the firstborn, so I do have a soft spot for her. Maybe she gets the first treat, but they're all my favourite. I'd be lost if I all 3 of them.
Oh, that's nice. Well, thank you, Conor. I appreciate you giving us your time and your insight, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, mate. Pleasure.
The world is watching.
What can I say?
You aim high.